everyone, so in today's video I'm going to be doing a Christmas set and I am using my Vita Bella practice hand. So first thing I'm doing is just going in and doing 2 coats of the primer. After that I'm going in with my KDS glue and the full cover Coffin nail tips, and I already sized each nail, and what I'm doing is I just apply the glue onto the full coverage tip and you apply the flat side into the little pocket. You literally just slide it right in and then you hold the nail down. That way it sticks really good to the hand. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do that on all of them. So once all of the nails are on there, I'm gonna go in with the tape, just place it right on top of the nail, and then after I've applied it on each nail, of course, I cut the little piece off. And then after that we're gonna go back in with the same full coverage nail tips and we're gonna apply those right on top of the nail that we already have. So this is basically going to be like our nail bed, and so we're gonna go in and apply, you know, our, whether you're doing a nail form or you're doing nail tips, you would go ahead and apply those onto the nail as if it was just your client's natural nail. So of course, before I do anything else, I'm going in with my Melody Susie e-file and I'm just going in and basically removing the shine from my client's nail. So I'm just using my e-file at about 8,000 RPMs, going around the cuticle area and filing the rest of the nail as well, just to remove that shine. Again, even though this is a practice hand, I just want to go through all of these steps because this is what you would do on a regular client, which would be, of course, pushing back the cuticles and prepping the natural nail. So again, I'm using my e-file at about 8,000 RPMs. And then after I'm finished removing the shine from all of the nails, I'm just going in and applying my nail tips. I am using my 3XL half wheel nail tips. These definitely are absolutely beautiful. They give you that perfect shape with very minimal shaping. So I do have these available on my website. I also have my KDS glue on the website as well, and it definitely works really good for applying these tips onto the practice hand and on a natural nail. Of course, it works really good. So for the acrylic, I'm going to be using my new acrylic system. This is in the color Gold Digger. The other one was Icy Girl. I'm also going to be using my Real Nude from my core collection. And then I'm also going to be using my monomer, which will be available on my website on the 12th, along with the new 8 colored acrylic. So I'm adding my drops of odor out. Those are also available on my website, and this number 14 brush that has been highly requested will be available at the beginning of the year, so stay tuned for that. So pretty much everything that I'm using in my videos now are mainly from my website, so I'll be sure to leave the link down below so you guys can go check it out. But the first color that I'm going in with is the color Icy Girl, which is this beautiful light blue color. As you guys can see, it goes on really well. I'm just doing a little bit of tapping, and then of course as I get closer to the tip, I'm just brushing it in, going in with a second bead behind that first one, same thing, just patting it down and then very gently brushing it down to blend it in with the bead that we already have there. So as always, when you're working, one thing that's really important is making sure that you're wiping your brush off a lot on the paper towel, and not even just a regular paper towel, y'all. So I usually use the Viva paper towels. They're the signature cloth kind, and they're really soft, and they really make sure that your brush stays clean throughout your entire set. So definitely recommend those. They're just in the regular like paper towel aisle where you would get your regular home paper towels, or I know there's a lot of people that use like the blue paper towels that you usually would find in like the mechanic section, but either or will find or work fine, just whichever ones work better for you. But next I'm going in with the color Real Nude, so just placing my first bead right in the middle, patting, and then like I said, very gently brushing down towards the tip. And then also if any product starts to get on the sides, then just very quickly push it up. That way everything is nice and flat on the nail. And really, y'all, when you're working with acrylic, you want to make sure that you're working to where you're making the acrylic as smooth as you can. That way at the end you have a really flawless application, and then that way you don't really have to do too much filing once you're done with the acrylic application. So placing my first bead, like I said, in the middle, my second bead right here, so right below the second one, and then after that I'm going with my third bead closer to the cuticle area, placing it down, very gently patting. And when I'm patting, it's like I'm pushing it as close as I can to that cuticle, but not to where it's right on the skin or to where it's touching the skin. And then I go in and just blend that right in with what we already have. And then this bead also, when I'm brushing it and blending it in, I want to make sure that I'm brushing like super gentle, because of course I want most of that product to stay in that area where my apex would be. And then I'm just blending in the rest with the acrylic that's already there. So of course cleaning around the cuticle area as you go with the very tip of your brush. So up next, for this index finger, I am going to be doing a reverse French tip. So I'm doing the nude first. Again, this nude is from my Ansi acrylic collection. Out of this collection, I have 6 different acrylics that are core colors. So this one is one of the nude ones. Definitely a really pretty color. If you haven't checked them out, be sure to go check them out. They are absolutely beautiful. This one, I think for sure the real nude and the pretty in pink have to be my absolute favorite two, for sure, out of the entire collection. And as I mentioned earlier, I am launching a new set of 8 colored acrylics, which will be the blue that I'm using, a gold, a silver, a red, a green, a white glittery acrylic, and then a royal blue. So all of them are absolutely beautiful. I'll be sure to leave a video down below, or just link it here, of the video where I swatch all of the acrylics, so you guys can see how pretty they are. But as you guys can see, I'm just going in and kind of trying to create that smile line, and I am going to go in and basically file it to kind of perfect it once the acrylic dries, before I go in and do the clear at the tip, because this nail is going to be that icicle nail that a lot of you guys have been seeing on like Instagram and stuff, to where the tip will be clear and then it's gonna look like a little icicle. Like my boyfriend was super amazed at how I did it, y'all. But it's definitely been something that's been I feel like I've seen that years ago, or I see it pretty much every year, but it's definitely super popular for the Christmas sets. But for this thumb, I'm going to be doing an ombre, so I'm just doing the blue at the back closer to the cuticle area, blending it right in the middle, or actually like kind of not necessarily in the middle, but right after the like past the free edge. And then at the tip of the nail, I'm going to be doing a gold, which is the color Gold Digger. So then after that, I'm going to go in and add some snowflake stickers. So I do have snowflake stickers on the website, as well as some snowflake little charms that are really pretty. So I'll be using those on this set as well. But as always, making sure that when you're placing that bead closer to the cuticle area, be really gentle, because you really don't want to get too much on the skin. So just get it as close as you can, and then just clean up very quickly. So this gold right here is the color Gold Digger. It's definitely a really pretty gold. It's like a holographic gold glitter, super shiny, and the coverage is really good as well. I was working with a little bit of product at first, because I thought that I wanted more of like a sheared color, which is why I did just the light layer at first, but then I went in with a little bit more, and then now I'm just going in with a few little white snowflakes just randomly on the nail. Alrighty, so after all of the stickers are on the nail, I'm going in with my clear and just encapsulating all of those snowflakes and the glitter as well. That way our nail has a nice thickness and a nice apex. That way we don't have to worry about any breakage or lifting. So next I'm going to go in with my 80/80 hand file, and I'm just going to do a little bit of filing to make sure that this small line is nice and neat and crisp. So I'm just going right along that small line, and then after that I'm just going to go in and do the tip all clear. So this clear, I don't sell it by itself. It only comes in my nail kit for beginners, but this is just literally a clear acrylic. Like I said, just applying it on the tip, and then I'm gonna go in and do the gel underneath the nail to create that icicle color, but I'm gonna let that clear acrylic dry first. And for this pinky, I'm just doing the gold digger just on the entire pinky. So while I'm doing this pinky, I do want to take the time out to just thank everybody for all of the love and support throughout all of the years. If you are a new subscriber, welcome. But I just, like I said, wanted to take the time out to let you guys know that I really appreciate you guys for just everything, for watching my videos, for commenting, for liking, for leaving feedback. Like, I really do appreciate it. None of what I do would be possible without you guys. And so I just also want to remind you guys to, just if doing nails is something that you really enjoy, just stick to it. Remember, I always say this, but all it takes is practice, patience, and dedication, and in no time you'll be exactly where you want to be and where you've dreamed of in this nail field. So I definitely wish everybody many blessings on your nail business or just your business period. And again, thank you all so much for just all of the support throughout all of my years on YouTube, and I definitely want to continue just being here for you guys and supporting you guys throughout y'all's journey. Definitely means a lot that you guys just support me. So just wanted to let you guys know that. Alrighty, so now for my icicle nail, I did some hard gel underneath the nail, and then I'm using some regular saran wrap. I just kind of wrinkled it up, and then with a cuticle pusher tool, I'm just going in and just kind of creating some creases and making sure that I kind of push the plastic into the gel. That way it creates like those different little lines. And then I'm gonna cure them, and I'm gonna be using my small Melody Susie UV LED light, and it's literally like a LED light, and then it also is a UV light, and I love it because I literally can just have it sitting there, and then I just tap the top when I'm ready to do or use my UV light. So definitely super handy. I'll be sure to leave the link and the promo code down below for you guys. But after the acrylic is applied on all of the nails, I'm going back in with my 80/80 hand file, and of course I'm filing both sides and the free edge at exactly a 90-degree angle. Remember that when you're doing this part, to get that super straight shape that you want to make sure that you're holding that file at a 90-degree angle, y'all. That is super important. And you literally just hold the file against nail, and you can see exactly at a 90-degree angle. Same thing when you're filing the tip, and remember that as you're filing, you want to make sure that you're just kind of paying attention to what you're doing. As you guys can see right there, it was kind of a little slanted, and so I just went in and just filed that corner right off to straighten it out. And you basically just keep watching your shape until it's nice and straight. and then after that you can move on to the next one. So definitely absolutely perfect. Y'all, when I say like these colors are super pretty, like I'm usually not a blue person at all. You guys know that pink is just my go-to color, so this definitely was me kind of stepping out of my box. But again, super beautiful color. I probably will be doing a light blue color on my toes here soon, because this color just was absolutely beautiful. But again, just going in and just shaping all of the nails at that 90-degree angle on the sides and the free edge. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that on all of them, and then we'll move on to the next step. Alrighty, so this is what the nails look like after I finish shaping them. Y'all, literally absolutely beautiful. And like I said, with these tips, you literally have to do like minimal shaping. And so now I'm just going in and filing all of the nails at about 12,000 RPMs, and of course, just like you would on an actual client, just filing around the cuticle area, and then just filing the rest of the nail to make sure that everything is nice and smooth. But like I said, if you focus on making sure that your acrylic is nice and smooth when you're applying it, you really won't have to do much filing during this step at all, other than making sure that the acrylic around the cuticle is nice and sealed, and then making sure that other than that, you know, you just kind of even everything out. You see right there on the side, the side of the nail had just a little bit of build up product, and so I went in and followed that off. So just make sure that, as always, you kind of just look at your nail from different angles to make sure that you didn't miss anything. Alrighty, so up next we're going to go in with the buffer, and this is just going to get rid of any of those scratches left on the nails from the hand file or the e-file. So you definitely want to make sure that you buff those nails really good. That way there's no scratches on the nails left and they're all super smooth. Alrighty, so after I'm done with everything, I just dust the nails off, and then I am going to go ahead and just wash them off as well. And then after that, I'm going to be using my nail art brushes. I'm going to be using my 20mm brush and then the 15 one as well. These will be launching at the beginning of the year. Super excited. It does come with a set of 5 brushes. It has my new logo on there, and then of course they're that black and gold. So y'all, unfortunately my camera went dead while I was recording the first 2 nails, and so I was only able to catch this, but I did some lines on the pinky, and then on the middle finger I did like a little Christmas tree out of some rhinestones, and then I added some stickers. For this finger, which is the ring finger, I'm just going in and doing some bling, so kind of like in a little swirl motion, just going across the entire nail, just mixing in my ABSS 6, 10, 12, and 16. Also adding some light blue stones in there as well, and some snowflakes. And to apply those, I use my hard gel. And once again, everything that I'm using is available on my website, so make sure that you click the link so you guys can go check it out. So I did accidentally mess this one up because it wasn't completely dry and I touched it with my glove. So I'm just going in and fixing it right up. But to make this design, I use my 20mm brush. And I'm just literally, like, some lines were a little bit bigger than other, but I definitely will be making another video on just this design. If you guys are interested, let me know down below so you guys can, or so I can do it. But this is the same little light that I said I've been using by Melody Susie. Like I said, it just sits up on my table. I use it as an actual LED light, and then when I'm ready to use it, I just tap the top and it becomes, or it turns into the purple UV light to cure the nails. But now I'm just going in with my NC gel top coat, and finally here is the final look. As you guys can see, they turned out absolutely beautiful. They're super shiny. I love that gold glitter, the blue, the nude. My icicle nail was absolutely perfect, and the little snowflakes and everything, the shape is just beautiful. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at GetNail32, and I will see you guys next time.